What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Shotsbymikey here. I'm really sorry for the lack of uploads lately. I've been getting ready for school. It's been really hectic. I started school yesterday, and you guys know what that means. Summer is officially over. So since school is starting, it's going to be really busy for me. I'm going to try and upload as much as possible. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Thanks for supporting the channel. And I'm going to have a lot more content for you guys soon. But truthfully, I have a lot of videos saved up. I just haven't had time to edit them yet. So I've been reading the comments that you guys are posting. We're going to stick to restorations, but we're also going to be diversifying the channel. We're going to add more customs. We're going to add more pickups. We're going to do a lot more reviews on this channel. We're gonna have an overall sneaker channel, and it's gonna be really dope. So at the beginning of Shelter in Place, I told myself that I wasn't gonna pick up any more shoes because I was trying to save up money to up the production, up the quality of these videos, and have better content for you guys. And I was doing pretty well up until a couple weeks ago. It's funny, guys, I had this really long dry spell when it came to raffles, but after I told myself I wasn't gonna buy any more sneakers, I kept hitting raffles. Dude, I was getting pickup after pickup, raffle after raffle, lobs after lobs. It's crazy because I had this longest streak going through quarantine, going through summer. I didn't pick up a shoe up until probably August. And guess what? Everything came at once and my pocket took a toll. So I kind of kept my word. I did up the production quality of this channel. I bought a new camera, new equipment, new lighting, things like that. But then again, I also spent money on shoes, which I shouldn't have. There's probably 10 plus pairs here, and it's bittersweet because I got everything for retail, but I also got a lot. So let me just go ahead and show you guys what I got. So how much did I actually pick up, you guys? Let me go ahead and show you right now. There's so many shoes here. I'm standing at a whopping 5'7.5", 5'8". I claim 5'8" with shoes, but this stack stands as tall as me. So there's a lot of pairs to get through. Let's go ahead and check them out. So you guys, I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do this. I'm just going to keep going down the stack. As you can see, there's a lot of pickups here. We're just going to keep going down. They're not going to be in no particular order. Looking at this right now, I really spent a lot. So first pair up, guys, we have a Jordan 5 right here, size 9.5. And guys, it doesn't just stop with one pair, we got two. Here is the second pair in a size 8.5. We're gonna start off this pickup video hot. We have a double up right here. It's gonna be the Jordan 5 alternate grapes. So I stumbled into Nike Island one day and these were behind the counter, limited sizing and limited to one pair per person. It was a price I couldn't refuse and I had to get them. Luckily my girlfriend was there with me, so I was able to double up. You have your typical Jordan 5 suede in here in this really rich purple, which is really nice. It's similar to the Toro 5 suede on the Jordan 5s. One change I wish it did have was that the Gemma on the back was that emerald green, just like the original grapes. But other than that, I think it's a great shoe, great colorway. Materials aren't that bad, quality is pretty good. Sadly, I wish they were my size, but they aren't. So these are going to stay in the collection. One day I may be able to size swap for them, but other than that, I think it's a great pickup. Alright guys, next up, another outlet pickup. We have a Jordan 1 in a size 10.5, which is my side. Black Sail Varsity Red. Let's take a look what these are. So if you guys couldn't guess from the colorway, this is going to be the Jordan 1 Sports Illustrated A Star Is Born. That's a mouthful of a name, but this is a great shoe. I feel like this is one of the sleeper shoes that people really slept on just because so many Jordan 1 colorways came out at the same time. So these were overlooked. There's a lot of great detail on the shoe, great materials. I like how the Wings logo is not stitched on like the Rookie of the Years. It adds a little bit more depth to the shoe, something different. And I like also that the white panels on the shoe aren't actually true white, they're more of a sail color. So that's great detail right there. I feel like the shoe has great materials, great detail. Definitely overlooked shoe, and I'm glad I was able to pick these up in my size. Alright guys, these two next pairs I got from Shoe Palace. Basically, they did a raffle when they closed down. When they closed down, they got a few releases in. They got the Indigo 12s, Black and Gold 13s, Black and Red 14s, Jordan 1 Biohacks, and the Jordan 1 Metallics. So basically, if you won the raffle, you got to pick two pairs, which is very dangerous because that's a lot of money. I was lucky enough to get picked, and these are the two pairs that I chose. This here is the first pair in a size 10 because I did not have my 10.5. This is the Air Jordan 1 in Baroque Brown, Pacer Pink, and Black. In a size 10. So this is going to be the first of two shoes that I chose from that raffle. The two shoes I chose were definitely no-brainers because there were two shoes I really wanted. This is going to be the Jordan 1 Biohacks, or Undefeateds as a lot of people call it because of its resemblance to the Nike Dunk non-liner Undefeateds. The two shoes are very similar just because of the color of the midsole. It's that kind of lime volt colorway, and that's what makes it similar. But to me, the color blocking isn't resembling of the Undefeateds besides the teal toe box. So I'm going to call these the Biohacks just because they're a great shoe in and of itself. Great quality, great materials. The nubuck on the shoe is super plush, and I'm really happy with these. Really wish they were a 10.5, but I'm just happy enough to win the raffle. As you guys can see here, I'm testing out how buttery that nubuck is. Super nice quality, super nice material. If you guys do get a chance to pick this up, please do. And if you want to see a comparison between the two, here's a quick go. And if you want to see a video, a full comparison of the Nike Dunk Undefeated and the Biohacks, check out my boy Rolo's video. Dunks are nice. He does a really in-depth comparison of the two. And next pair up is going to be from Shoe Palace as well. As I just mentioned, you guys probably already know what shoe this is from the box, in a size 10.5. This is going to be the Jordan 1 Tokyo Co-JP Metallics. This was a shoe that I definitely really wanted just because I had the 2001 pair back in high school. It's a really great shoe. I think they did a really great job on this one. The iteration of the high top, using the exact same leather tongue, the Stitch logo on the tongue, the jewel wings logo, all the details were in place. I feel like they did a really good job on this one. They did the 2001 pair proud, even down to the laces right here. We have the round laces instead of the flat laces. Super happy with this pickup. Probably gonna wear this one really soon. Usually I don't wear a lot of my shoes that I buy, but this one is an exception. Alright guys, these two next pairs are going to be two pairs of Nike SBs right here, purple box. So these next two shoes isn't going to be anything super crazy for you guys. It's going to be more for the skateboarders because I know a lot of you guys do like skateboarding culture, as do I. We have the Nike Nyjah Free 2.0s. This is Nyjah Huston's second pro model shoe with Nike SB. As you can see here, he uses his same free cup sole, and then he uses a Nike Spiridon upper, which is what makes this super cool. He basically took a Nike Spiridon, you can see the detailing here where it splits at the toe just like the regular Spiridon ones, and then he slimmed it down, made it more functional for skateboarding. I heard really great things about this for skateboarding. I'm not going to use this for skateboarding, but I'm going to use this for casual wear, and they are super comfy. These are actually doing pretty well. They sold out everywhere. I was lucky enough to catch these off a restock. Shout out to Tactics. And I was really happy with this pair. I've been a big fan of Nyjah Huston ever since he was a kid with dread skating for Element, just because he absolutely rips. Even better now. He was from Davis, California, which is where I went to college, so that's that hometown hero effect. I'm really glad he's on Nike SB because he's able to use their tech and come out with really dope shoes like this. And you guys know we don't stop at one. We had to get a second pair. This is going to be the Sport Red colorway, which is based off an actual Nike Spiridon 1 colorway. This is my favorite of the two that I got. This was actually the hardest one to get. I was able to get these off Cowtown Skates, random restock at like 3 a.m. I was playing Call of Duty, went on there, saw that these were available, had to scoop them. I was looking for these for like 2 months just because they were sold out everywhere, and I really wasn't trying to pay $160 off StockX when these retailed for $100. Alright guys, next shoe up. Stack is already gone, but there is definitely more. So this next shoe, it's not a Nike, surprisingly. We gotta have a little bit of diversity in these pickups right here, y'all. You guys probably know what these are. This is the Gel Lyte 3, and most importantly, this is the Sean Wotherspoon collab. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the Sean Wotherspoon Air Max. I have 3 pairs sitting right there. Those were one of my favorite shoes of 2019, and I was really fortunate enough and really happy to be able to get the Asics because I really like the whole corduroy shoe design. Alright y'all, first and foremost, shout out to Bows and Arrows in Berkeley, California, holding it down for the locals. I won my raffle for these there. We have the Sean Wotherspoon Asics Gel Lyte 3s. This pair is super dope. I just really love the full corduroy design, but I also like that this shoe has representation of LA and Tokyo, two of my favorite places. The one thing I don't like about the shoe is the exact same reason I do like the shoe, just because it has 2 different sides. I really like my shoes to be symmetrical, having the same colorway on both shoes, which is why I really like the Air Max 1. But these are okay too, but they're not something that I can see myself wearing on feet. I like the details on this shoe. I like how this pair right here represents Tokyo with the darker tones, and then LA has the really bright tones. I like how the Asics logo, you could take it off. It has the Velcro patches that you can replace the swoosh with, and I think it's a really dope shoe. Alright y'all, next up we have a couple pairs of Nike IDs, Nike by you. I got 2 pairs of the Forces, the options that came out, the snakeskin, and let's go ahead and show them because I don't want to show the box label because it would then give away the shoe. Let's go ahead and take a look at them. And here it is guys, the first Nike ID, absolute bangers, based off the Nike SB Dunk Low Supremes, as you guys already know, which is one of my favorite SBs of all time. We went with the snakeskin on this one. I thought the snakeskin was going to be a lot more scaly. I thought it was going to be more embossed, more glossy, but I kind of like it like this. It has a matte effect to it. It's super smooth and it's not too flashy. Little things on the shoe that I kind of wish would change. I kind of wish that they offered a mesh option for the liner instead of leather, just because that leather is going to crack over time. And I also wish the tongue tag was a little bit smaller, but that's just me nitpicking a few things. These are going to be great for the rotation. They're going to be great shoes as substitutes for the Black Supreme Dunk Lows, because you still get that same effect. I really like these, and here's a bonus for you guys. Comparison between my Nike SB Dunk Low Supremes and the Forces. I've been soul swapping everybody's shoes but my own. These are unwearable right now. These need a soul swap bad. I just don't have time for it. So I'm going to use these Forces in the meantime. Alright you guys, so moving right along, we are moving on to our second Nike ID. This is going to be based off another shoe that I really wanted as well. If you guys haven't already guessed it, this shoe is based off the Nike Mars Yard 2.0s. Super big fan of the shoe, but I do not have the money to buy them. They go for like $3,000 used. Your boy does not have that type of money. It's broke boys out here. So I went with a all leather construction with a translucent yellow bottom. I know the Mars Yards are suede, and the suede option is available on Nike by you, but the eyelets would have to be leather, and my OCD would kill me if I didn't have that as suede as well. So I opted for all leather. We went for a sail leather on the toe box and the mid panel. Super happy with these. I feel like these are pretty close to the Mars Yards, probably as close as I'm ever going to get, and these are going to be thrown into the rotation heavily. Let me know what you guys think about these in the comments below, whether or not they look like the Mars Yards, and let's move on to our next shoe. Not surprising at all, guys. The next pair is going to be another Jordan 1. This one is actually one of my favorites right here of this whole pickup stack. It's also in a size 10.5, black, and tomatillo. Shout out Bows and Arrows for this. And here you have the Jordan 1 Zoom in Zen Green. This is the second pair of Zooms that have come out. This pair is based off the Nike SB Brutes, which was one of my favorite dunk highs of all time. It features that hairy green suede on the mid panel and the toe box, just like the Brutes. It has that silver swoosh. The only difference in the color blocking is probably the toe box, where it should be a dark green suede just like the Brutes, but they opted for leather, which is fine with me just because you do get that same Brute effect. I wish the Wings logo was a different color, but I think this is a great shoe. I like the bright green liner. I love the Jordan 1 Zoom line just because it's reminiscent of the Nike SB Lance Mountain and Jordan 1 collab. I hope they do more dunk colorways on Jordan 1s. I hope they do more with the Zoom line because I think it's a great shoe. What do you guys think of Jordan Brand using dunk inspired colorways on their Jordan 1s? Let me know in the comments below. Alright guys, next shoe was an impulse buy. I got these off End Clothing at 4 in the morning after getting off Warzone with the boys. I got a text from Soul Link saying they restocked. Giant ass box. I didn't think a box this big was going to be for these shoes. I thought these were going to come in a little Nike slide box, but these came in a giant box. These are going to be the Nike Offlines in the black and I think it was Manta black colorway. And quick little story with these guys, I remember on release day, the night of, I was playing Warzone like I said, and they dropped on End Clothing. They were just sitting, and I decided not to buy them because I wanted to be able to return them even if I needed to. So I decided to skip on it, wait for sneakers, and they sold out so quick on sneakers. What's cool about this shoe is it's advertised by Nike as the shoe to do nothing in. It comes with two different types of insoles like I just showed you. We have the pink insole and then the green insole on the outside. The green insole has more nubs on it, which is more for prolonged wear, whereas the pink insole has smaller nubs, which is more for a massaging effect. So this type of sneaker is called a mule. It's not necessarily a slide and it's not necessarily a sneaker. This is probably going to be a new silhouette that's going to be introduced going into next year, the more athleisure type of wear. I feel like this new silhouette is going to be pretty popular. A lot of brands are going to be hopping on it, and I think now is a great time to be able to get a feel for them, to try them out, to see whether or not you like them. Look at that insole. The insole is super thick. So these shoes are super comfy and they are super cushioned, which makes them a little bit more snug than I would have wanted. They fit a little bit more of a half size small. If you were to get them, I'd recommend going a half size up. But other than that, they are great shoes. They look good on feet. They're pretty chunky. So if you guys are looking for something in between a slide and a sneaker, something that you could just throw on but could still last you throughout the day, I highly recommend these. And guys, last but not least, we have a red sportswear box. This is the last pair of the pickups right here. It's the Nike Zoom Spiridon Cage 2. This is probably the shoe that's going to get used the most because this is going to be the pair for my nursing uniform. We are finally on the last shoe, you guys. This is going to be the Nike Zoom Spiridon Cage 2s. I was a really big fan of this shoe when I saw the Stussy collab when they first came out. And then I saw this triple white pair and I had to get it for my nursing uniform. This is going to be the shoe that I'm going to be wearing pretty much every day. Super comfortable. First time in hand, these are super light. You can see I've already worn these. Super light shoe, super comfortable, lasts me all day. The air bubble, I thought it was going to be super stiff, but it's actually really plush. Other than that, very simple shoe. This is the type of shoe you could just throw on, leave the house, and it can pretty much go with anything. I recommend this shoe to basically anyone. There's a ton of dope colorways out there, and there's one for everyone. And that's gonna do it for today's pickup video, guys. I wasn't kidding when I said I picked up a lot. I picked up probably way too much, more than I should have, but I got them all for retail and I'm pretty happy with that. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, if you like these pickup videos, let me know in the comments below. If you like today's video, give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you like this type of content, hit that subscribe button because we are going to be having more on the way. I will catch you guys next time. Later.